Okay, let's talk about fighting creativity. Whenever being creative pops up, I bet you guys think of characters from Full Metal Alchemist, Hunter x Hunter, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Naruto, Boku no Hero Academia, and etc., where the characters use their brains, where they use tactics, where they utilize their abilities and surroundings for their own advantage. For me, on the other hand, the first character that ever goes through my mind is Monkey D. Luffy, aka Mugiwara. One Piece isn't really talked about whenever it comes to fighting creativity. I've even read of some posts where they classify One Piece fights as DBZ fights, but that's not simply true at all. While it's true for characters like Luffy and Zoro to fight with their instincts, where power and speed matters, they do sometimes use their brains. If you think that One Piece are simply DBZ fights, you haven't really watched One Piece at all. And it's probably because of that why Luffy is very underappreciated when it comes to creativity. But I must also admit, before I never really realized how creative Luffy was in using his Devil Fruit powers until the post-war arc. I've been watching One Piece ever since before I was conscious of it, so I kind of already knew how Luffy generally moves during fights. He would often spontaneously produce new moves if he thought it was cool or effective. This was especially true during pre-time skip. But seeing Luffy always doing that, it kind of didn't register with me until I saw him struggle in the flashback episodes. Luffy might not be as clever as other protagonists out there, in fact he's an idiot, but he does use his brain sometimes. This can be seen in the fight against Crocodile, Enel, and Katakuri. I especially love what Luffy did after finding out that Katakuri has been using his exceptional observation haki in order to avoid his attacks. But more often than not, he uses his natural instincts molded by years of training. But after finally finishing high school, he shines brighter among protagonists with regards to creativity as I understand more how he uses his Devil Fruit. He has always utilized his ability to stretch and twist, using momentum to make a punch or to propel himself or others, twisting his arms or body for more damage, inflating himself to reduce damage or bounce of attacks, and also acts as cushion. This was taken into another level at the advent of Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. Though when Gear 2nd was introduced, it really felt like an ass blow for me because there was barely any foreshadowing to it, but when you think about it, it really is just an application of his Devil Fruit powers. Gear 2nd is speeding up his blood flow to increase his strength, speed, and mobility. Meanwhile, Gear 3rd is inflating his bones. That's why, unlike Fusen, it's hard like an inflated tire. And both come with a drawback, which are understandable. The concepts in which these techniques work are explainable through science to a certain extent. This is fiction, so a bit of leeway is expected. In retrospect, Luffy does not really gain an ability outside of his established Devil Fruit powers. Moreover, this is consistent with Luffy's personality of improvising on the fly. Though I do believe Gear 2nd was something Luffy thought of deeply after seeing CP9 in action. Then again, it was taken to another level with the introduction of Gear 4th. It's like the combination of Gear 3rd and Gear 2nd infused with haki, but not exactly. Relative to other Devil Fruits out there in the One Piece universe, the Rubber Fruit seems unexceptional in comparison. Probably would never think of it that much if someone else had it. But seeing it in action in Luffy's arms, that changes a lot. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Like if you agree with me, dislike if you don't like the video, subscribe if you want to, and leave a comment when you want to. I'd really love to see what you think about Luffy.